It's good to have you here for this annual rite of summer passage on our campus. I'm happy to say that Saint Vincent College, which really is the springboard to the Super Bowl, has never been in better shape and is ready for the 44th Steelers Training Camp. To the Benedictines and any readers of Scripture, the number 7 is the number of perfection. And so we're going to do all we can to help the Steelers be ready to hit the regular season poised for another championship. Last year, after the Steelers clinched the divisional conference crown, I wrote a note to Dan Rooney and said, quote, "I'm glad the Monks helped deliver another divisional title." That same week, I got back a handwritten letter from Dan Rooney that said, "You're not off the hook yet. Keep them praying." And so the Monks took a few months off, but are back and ready to pray for and support their Steelers. And, of course, last year was our 43rd camp, and Troy Polamalu had an all-Pro Bowl season. So this year at our 44th camp, we're looking for big things from rookie Frank Summers of UNLV, who wears number 44. The fact is we treasure our friendship with the Rooney family. I spoke with Art Rooney last week and with Dan Rooney when I saw him in Pittsburgh on the 11th, and told him how grateful this college is for this tradition, this relationship, this friendship. Don introduced the folks here that have spent a lot of time getting us ready for the camp and for when the Steelers come next week. There's a saying that when you're green, you're growing, and when you're ripe, you rot. And so our college spends a lot of time doing what we can to be on the cutting edge for training camps, to make sure that we have the finest facilities for our Steelers. And toward that end, we've made important changes with our fields. As you can see here, we now have 3 NFL regulation fields side by side. Last year, we only had 2. The third field, which is right over here in the corner, was long enough, but it wasn't wide enough. So why did we change? Well, the answer is simple. After we saw that great play in the Super Bowl where Ben hit Santonio there in the corner, we realized we needed to widen the field so they could practice that to perfection this summer. And so we've now got 3 fields that are adjoining side by side, NFL regulation length, which I think will give Coach Tomlin a lot more options, make practices flow a lot more smoothly for them, and I think that's going to be welcome for them. We also made sure that we kept the length of the field exactly 100 yards long. After we saw James Harrison with that interception, we want to make sure that when he practices his interception dash, he doesn't have to go for an inch further than necessary. So we're ready for the Steelers. We have a new artificial turf field over here to the side, you see, which we installed for our students. And so that our students would be able to play at night in wet, rain, or shine and have exercise and activities. And, of course, if the Steelers want us to line that field for them, we'll do it. Because our point is Benedictine hospitality means that when our guests come, we do whatever we can to make them feel at home at this, their summer home. So in closing, I just want to say this is my second camp where the Steelers are coming with new Super Bowl rings. We're plenty excited about that. We expect big crowds. We expect a tremendous amount of enthusiasm. And we continue to provide this 44th year a camp which Sports Illustrated calls the most picturesque in all of the NFL. So welcome back, and happy to answer any questions that you have.